Hello, class. For my commemorative speech, I chose to present the person who has had the biggest impact on who I strive to be in my daily life. Although I call him Dad, his name is James Emory Youngblood Jr. Dad's influence in my life has molded me into the person that I am today. I continue to learn from him daily and consider myself blessed to have him in my life as a teacher, advisor, and friend. My father's noble characteristics and direction have had a huge impact on my life. As a child, my father was always there to provide me for my physical and emotional needs. Dad has worked in construction since he was a teen. His work is physically demanding and requires knowledge, skill, and strength for success in the field. As a young child, I knew that my father was a hard worker. He was always there for me to give me discipline, direction, love, and support. As a child, Dad taught me to respect others, to love the Lord, and to know right from wrong. I've never doubted my father's love for me. Anytime that I've been unsure about a decision, my father has been there to listen, give me advice, and support me, whatever the decision that I made may be. Dad has overcome several life-changing obstacles in his lifetime. He has been through 2 accidents that resulted in head traumas, intensive care, long hospital stays, and rehabilitation. I was too young to remember the first accident, but the second accident occurred on my 9th birthday. It was a terrifying time for my family and I. We did not know if he was going to live through it. At one point he died, but the doctors were able to bring him back. He lost his memory, and it took some time for him to remember who my mom, my siblings, and I were. Like he always does, Dad found the fastest road to recovery and was back to work within a couple months. I've watched my father experience the highs of monetary riches and losing it all when he stands up for what he believes in. My father owned a successful construction business where he was able to provide an abundance for our family. Dad made some business decisions that he felt were the best decisions for his employees, and his competitors were able to bribe officials into tearing our company apart. But when it was over, our family lost everything of monetary value, and we were forced to move out of the state. But that did not stop Dad from working hard to provide for his family. My father has helped to mold me into the man I am today. The intelligent, honest, hardworking, and loving man that my father is has a huge impact on who I am and how I've learned to accept the world around me. I compare the decisions that I make to the decisions that my dad has made or would make in similar situations. Whether my dad has made the right or wrong decision, he has always used his experience as a teaching opportunity for me to learn from. When in doubt, I try to reason about my decision my dad would make and why he would make it. My father's honest and hardworking ways and doing what is right may seem to others as perfectionism, but I know his secret. Dad has a saying that you should do everything that you do as though you're doing it for Jesus. If you are washing dishes, you wash those dishes as if Jesus is going to eat off of them. If you're sweeping the floor, you do so as if Jesus is going to walk across it. If you're building a house, you build that house with the best of materials and most skilled laborers as if Jesus is his client, and that's who you are building it for. Dad's meaning for this is to do the absolute best you can in everything you do. This has influenced the way that I have lived my life in striving to do the best in all things. That also means that you should do the best you can to serve others. Whether you like them or not, you are supposed to treat others with respect and do all that you can to serve their needs. I struggle with this sometimes, but I understand his love for others. If you can't tell yet, Dad doesn't have enemies. Dad loves everyone, and likewise, everyone loves Dad. From my father, I have learned that when things seem as hopeless as they can get, You have to have faith and continue to hope for a better day. If you ask Dad how he's doing, you will get one answer every time. That answer is the good Lord let him wake up this morning. And that's always a good thing. Dad's answer comes even after sleeping for only a couple hours the night before, because the pain from low iron cramps and vomiting have kept him up all night. He's never in a bad mood the next morning, never late for work, and he is genuinely happy to be working even after a full night of suffering. My dad never complains. I know of his hard nights only by what my mom tells me. It's not in his nature to complain. If you bring it up, he says, I can't complain. Even if I did, no one would listen. This response is always followed by a laugh. Despite all of Dad's suffering and hardships in his past and even today, you would never know that anything bad has ever happened in his life. From this, I have learned to never feel sorry for myself and to look at each new day with hope for good things that are coming my way. Even if that particular day is not the one where all my dreams come true, tomorrow is another day. I don't want suffering to make me late for the blessings that are coming. Recently, I've experienced some of the worst times in my life. My father has been there to take me to doctor's appointments, help me get my house ready to sell, move across the country, and now through my treatment and recovery. In order just to be present with me, Dad left his home, work, and the rest of my family for over a month, flew from Florida to Alaska, and stayed with me until I could come back with him. He found out that I was sick and dropped everything to me as soon as possible. I've learned through this that when someone that you love is going through something like what I've been through, there's no amount of comfort, money, or security that should hold you back from doing whatever you can to help them. I've also learned that as strong as my father is in his ability to bounce back from the brink of death, function in times when others would collapse from the physical demands of work, and his ability to do everything to perfection, my dad's love for his children is one of the strongest things about him. I hope to always be able to show my sons the same abundance of love that my father has shown me. Through my father, I have learned that I want to be known for my hard work and dedication. And above all else, as a man who puts everything aside when it comes to helping those we love. My father's hard work ethic and dedication to serving others in his role of construction is something that all should aspire to. I'm not talking about the profession, but the way Dad upholds his morals and principles in practicing his trade. In everything that I do, I want to have my father's level of dedication to do the right thing. Not everyone can say that they know someone who would drop everything to be on their doorstep if they needed help. I know that I can count on my dad, and I know how special that is. If I can pay it back someday, I hope to be able to support someone in a hopeless situation, even if it is just to tell them that they're not alone. My father has taught me that there are more important things in life than those of monetary value. The most important thing in life is love, and it should be shared abundantly. Thanks.